Iraq, as though that image could somehow banish this picture of him in the flight suit 4 years ago today, declaring that major combat operations in Iraq were over, that the U.S. and its allies had prevailed, while the mission accomplished sign loomed ominously behind him. Of course, exactly what that mission is or was remains unclear. Saddam Hussein's regime is disarmed, the threat of WMD is gone, even Saddam is dead. Yet U.S. troops remain, still seeking to accomplish whatever this administration declares on any given day, whatever the mission happens to be.
The mission is there to be a democratic Iraq where they have elections to elect their government. That's the mission, to help them achieve that.
In fact, we are told that was always the mission.
We are in Iraq today because our goal has always been more than the removal of a brutal dictator. It is to leave a free and democratic Iraq in its place.
A free and democratic Iraq? If that was always the goal, then should not this qualify as mission accomplished?
I've just returned from Baghdad. And I was inspired to be able to visit the capital of a free and democratic Iraq.
No, we are told the mission has always been more than eliminating WMDs, more than the removal of a brutal dictator, more than a free and democratic Iraq.
Our goal is a democratic Iraq that upholds the rule of law, respects the rights of its people, provides them security, and is an ally in the war on terror.
Al-Qaeda, after all, our government has assured us, was working with Iraq before 9/11, was at least in Iraq before 9/11, is definitely in Iraq now, has at least a sort of affiliated group in Iraq now, and will definitely set up shop in Iraq someday if ever the U.S. were to leave. But though the goals recede and shift, as in an incoming fog, one thing does not change. Like Don Quixote, or the victim of the law of diminishing returns, or a bad football team, we have always just moved ahead halfway to that goal line. That goal, some goal, remains always within reach, always still worth pursuing, always necessary to pursue.
The 83 days since I announced the end of major combat operations in Iraq, we have made progress. We've made good progress, sir. And we are making steadfast progress. We're making great progress. We're making progress. And we're making progress toward that goal. We're making progress. American and Iraqi forces have made substantial progress. We're making progress toward peace. Iraq has made incredible political progress. We have seen encouraging progress. We're seeing progress on the ground. I'm encouraged by the progress, and we're making progress. There's encouraging progress in Iraq. This is real progress. But I see progress. Initial signs of progress are encouraging. We're beginning to see some signs of progress.
Progress, year after year, in almost mathematically precise increments, never quite enough to justify leaving, always just enough to justify staying. Because there is always another milestone to look forward to, a turning point beyond which victory might lie.
We got him.
The capture of Saddam Hussein, the interim government, the interim constitution, the permanent government, the permanent constitution, the Iraqi vote of January 2005, of October 2005, of December 2005, the Prime Minister of 2004 and 2005 and 2006. And when political milestones peter out, we are told to give the military plans another chance. The new ways forward, the surge of 2005, the surge of 2006, the surge of 2007. This one expected to bring us at least into 2008. If it comes to seem as though they want this war to last forever, consider how far-reaching were their goals when national optimism permitted our leaders to voice those goals out loud.
As I stated in a speech in the lead-up to the war, a liberated Iraq could show the power of freedom to transform the Middle East.
And yet, 4 years later, continued reliance on military power undercuts his own argument that freedom has the power to transform that region. 4 years later, continued reliance on deceit at home to enable the stated mission of nurturing democracy abroad demonstrates that it will forever remain beyond the reach of a man who does not understand freedom ever to claim that the mission of freedom has been accomplished.